Hello and welcome back to Raising Arrows Mama. My name is Heather, mama of soon to be 8, and today I wanted to share with you some of the things I do to prepare for a new baby. So I have 5 little tricks, but first I wanted to give a public service announcement. We'll call it that. You see on social media these mamas, and they're getting all dolled up, they're putting on their makeup and their jewelry, putting in their heatless curls. If you really want to do that, go for it. But it is not necessary, mama. Please know that you are bringing life into this world, and you are enough without all the razzmatazz, okay? Just show up and be there. You don't have to look like a starlet. You don't have to look like you've just walked off of a movie set. You can just look like a normal mama. That's okay. It really is. So that's my little public service announcement. I actually will put my hair into what is ever the most comfortable for me, which is usually a top knot, a bun, or sometimes a braid that is up, something that is comfortable to me while I'm in labor, and then I can deal with it afterwards. Next thing, the 5 things that I do for baby, and I'll kind of tell them to you in the order that I do them. First up is freezer meals. I have a large family, so I do prepare some freezer meals ahead of time. If you have a small family, you don't necessarily need to do that. It just depends what your desire is. My first couple kids, we had friends who brought us meals for several weeks after we had them. And then we also got a lot of gift cards and ate it. My husband would pick up food and bring it home. And we did that most of the time. However, after our 4th daughter, we had some food allergies in the family. People didn't know what to bring us. It just became easier to do it ourselves. And so I do a lot of freezer meals. I try to have a few breakfast items, a few dinner items. I have a blog post all about this. If you want, I'll try to link it in the description box below. But this time around, I've done some homemade freezer waffles, freezer pancakes, sourdough pancakes, breakfast sandwiches, some English muffins, and a few other breakfasty things, I think. That might be it. I might do a casserole maybe before she's born and stick that in there. Things that we can pop in the oven or the toaster oven or microwave really quick. And then we always keep some oatmeal and cereal or granola on hand just to have quick breakfasts. And then I also do dinners and try to make it big enough that we will have a little bit left over for lunch the next day. And so I think casseroles, sauces like spaghetti sauce freeze really well. Sloppy Joes, you can make up your hamburger patties and have them ready to go, or just buy the pre-formed ones. Nobody's judging you. I try to make some homemade chicken nuggets. I'm doing that later this week. And things like that, and I just have them in the freezer. Usually I actually do a lot more than I do this year. We are our ministry family, and our church graciously gives us half of a cow every year as a gift, and that processing is being done in the next few weeks. So I have to save enough room for half of a cow in my freezer. So I can't do quite as many freezer meals as I normally would because I don't know how much space I'll need. And so that's that. But I do what works for you. The other thing, so freezer meals, prepare meals, get your gift cards, get a plan for how you're going to feed everybody when you're dead exhausted. Then step 2 is wash baby things. I am blessed to be having my 7th daughter, so we have a ton of clothes. So I went through and I started washing the clothes a couple weeks ago and hung them on the clothesline to get some sunshine and dry. And then I am folding them today. I actually did this video a couple times. My camera keeps malfunctioning. But basically, I wash clothes and bedding. And I think that's it. Yeah, clothes and bedding. So what kind of clothes do I have? Since we are having a baby in March, and because this is just how I am with my kids, I don't dress them up in a lot of fancy clothes the first few days. I don't need a lot of outfits. I need jammies. So little ones with feeties already, whoops, let's turn it the right way, already on them are ones that I usually go for. And then I keep these ones that have no feeties for special occasions or for bedtime. This is really just because I think it's cute that I have that one, because it's also snaps, which my husband hates. He likes the double zipper. It makes it easier for diaper changes. Also, to make it easier for diaper changes is we use these nightgowns at night when she's all swaddled up. So it's easy to just lift it up, change her diaper, and go on. And so I always have a couple nightgowns, a couple jammies, The nightgowns are nice because it doesn't really matter. You can just get 0 to 3 month jammies. I keep a few newborn size, mostly 0 to 3 month, but again, total it's maybe about 8 pairs of pajamas. And that's it. That's because we don't know our size. And then I have a couple of dresses for when we go to church, and a few onesies and things to put under things for layering, because it's Indiana and it's March, so it's probably going to be cold, but how cold? Who knows? It could be 70, it could be 40, it could be 20 below. I have no clue. So I have a couple of different things for that, but not a lot, because we'll be inside. So praise the Lord for air conditioning in the summer and heat in the winter. I also always wash our favorite blankets, which are these muslin blankets. Okay, this is one I made, so that is not a good example. But these little summer lightweight blankets are great for summer babies. They're great for babies all year long. They're huge, perfect for swaddling. They also make really great spit-up blankets. So I always keep a few because I've had a few kids with reflux. And we use that multi-purpose. And then we have our Miracle blanket, which is our swaddle of choice. Some people are against swaddling. You do you. I don't care. I have found that the Miracle blanket has helped many of my children sleep. There was one who did not like it. Husband calls it a baby straitjacket lovingly. But I have had children who are just beside themselves, and once we get their arms swaddled in there, they just calm down and they start to go to sleep. So it really has been a miracle for us. And then I also keep a couple of fleecy sleep sacks on hand for when they don't want to be swaddled but still want to keep them warm. They're really great, especially if you like do hiking and things like that. You can put that on them while they're in certain slings, depending on how you carry them. I probably will wash my baby carriers also. And that leads me to the third thing, which is washing my baby carriers and the car seat. We aren't purchasing a car seat. We have one that is in working order and good, so we are going to just wash the pads, wipe it down, double check the connections and everything, and we will have that ready. We have a big family, so we aren't actually going to install a car seat because right now space is valued, quite valued. And ours is an easy to install baby car seat. If yours is not, I recommend installing it before you go into labor because that's a bit stressful. So step one, make some food, make some kind of arrangement to feed everybody. Food, clothing, make sure you have your blankets and clothes ready to go. Then travel. So we have our cars and our baby carriers because I love my ring sling. I also love my boba stretch wrap for the early days. And then I have a Tula for when they're older. And then what is the fourth one? Oh yeah, then we're gonna have somewhere to sleep. There's shelter, right? Food, clothing, and shelter, and travel. That's what we need. We do a bassinet. We have a Moses basket, so we keep it in our bedroom. It's over here on top of our dresser. We have like a wardrobe, and my husband will get that out and build the frame for it so that it can rock. And he'll do that. It takes 15 minutes. It's not a worry. But he did wash the bedding when I washed all her clothes for that. And so we'll put that up here in the next few weeks, closer to my due date, since I typically go the entire time. And then the very last thing is pack my bag. I pack my bag anywhere between 37 and 39 weeks, depending on what's going on. I don't have a lot of extra spare clothes for myself, so that's part of it. So the thing for packing a bag, I have had 5 babies in the hospital, with epidurals. I know. And then I've had 2 in a birth center, completely natural. And this one that is our hope that will be where we are as well, in the birth center. But I have had great experiences both places. You pack basically the same thing, just a little bit different. Birth center, because we get to go home about 4 to 6 hours after we have a baby, I only bring diapers for her and diapers for me. Clothes for her, clothes for me, some basic toiletries for me to wash up afterwards, and some food, some snacks for my husband if we're there for a while, for me as well. And then my midwives always encourage us to bring some kind of protein meal to eat. They want us to eat something solid before we leave, so that way, we don't faint or whatever. And so that's all I take to the birth center. Now, if I was going to a hospital, I would pack a little bit more, but not much. I would pack more toiletries because I'd be there a little bit longer, pack a few more clothes because we'd be there a little bit longer, and I'd probably also bring a book or something like that with me because I don't go anywhere without books. And both places I bring my Bible just because I know where everything is on the page in my Bible. And so I like that. You can also use your phone. And that's it. I really keep it very simple. I don't bring anything that is unnecessary. I don't bring a boppy, even though I do have my boppy. Um, I like my boppy. It's wonderful. I got a new cover for it for the first time in 14 years. Um, I love my boppy for nursing baby, but regular old pillow works just as fine. I also like it because I can prop, because I said I've had some with reflux, so I can prop them up. But you could do that with a regular pillow too, especially if it's nice and firm. So we keep it really simple nowadays. So just want to encourage you that you don't need a lot. If it's your first baby, you may need a few more things ahead of time, but probably not. We like to think we need a lot of things and we don't. If you are somebody who's going to pump or try breastfeeding for the first time and you don't have a manual breast pump, I encourage you to get one. Just because I had the electronic one, I exclusively breastfeed, I don't pump, but if you are blessed with a large production of milk, you run the risk of mastitis, an engorgement, which I always have an engorgement period, and so to prevent mastitis, I pump the excess. Not too much because you'll trick baby, but you'll trick your body into thinking you need more milk. But yeah, there's a whole trick to it. But I have found that the hand pump works really well to help relieve some of that when you're engorged. So just a little tip about breastfeeding, but otherwise really I wouldn't buy anything else for baby. You know, you need the clothes, you need something to keep them warm if it's cold, maybe a sun hat if it's summer where you're at and you want to keep them out of the sun. But clothes, bedding, travel things, food for your family and yourself, of course. Get your favorite snacks and get the thing that you like really love. Like get some little chocolates to hide in the freezer or something. And then having your car seat ready and having somewhere for baby to lay, whether it's a co-sleeper, a bassinet, a crib, those are the things you need. That's it. And I really have found that helpful to keep it simple because I know a couple times the first two went to hospital, I just had too much stuff. And you learn later, you really don't need stuff. And I know people make jokes about it, but honestly, you really don't. And most of us are giving birth not too far away from our homes, like 30 minutes to an hour. Hour would be lengthy ways away. Your husband can run home and get what you need if you want to. I mean, it may take some explaining to help him find it, but your husband can run home and get it. Your mother, your family, your friends, they can run to the store and get you it if you really needed. So don't stress over needing all the things. Yeah. Keep it simple. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'll try my best to answer. My way is not always the best way, and what works for me may not work for you, but I would encourage you to, no matter what stage of pregnancy and baby life you are in, that you keep it simple because less really is more. Thank you so much for watching and have a blessed day.